everyone. My name's Paul. I'm from Sludge Judge, and I'm not in my usual green room. I'm in a bit of a different room. But that doesn't matter because I'm together with Alexander, the COO of Zillion, and we're gonna talk about their new game, Wild West with Buffalo's Son 3. Alexander, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Paul. Thank you very much for having me here. It's a pleasure to be here with you. And indeed, yes, the Buffalo Sun 3 has recently been released, and I'm excited to tell you more about it.
Well, let's dive right into it. As players step into the Wild West with Buffalo Sun 3, what unique features do you believe will captivate them and create an unforgettable gaming experience?
Well, when it comes to Buffalo Sun 3 and the adventures in the Wild West, every player will find like a whole lot of different features as we develop this game through evolution and analysis, incorporating everything that was showing the best engagement from the previous two games in the series. And of course, when we release a new game, we always try to add something new to it. Our main goal was to create an appropriate game balance as well with this, as the game needs to meet many players' expectations and current trends. This includes speed of the game, appealing graphics, quality effects, and of course some hidden features that can surprise and engage even the most demanding players.
The introduction of wild symbols adds an exciting twist to gameplay. Can you walk us through the creative process of designing these symbols and how you envision them enhancing the player's thrill during the spins?
Yeah, definitely. Specifically, the wild feature, which is random in the base gameplay, that's a lot of dynamics and an element of surprise, which is very important for the players nowadays. When this feature is activated, almost the entire slot can just fill up with wild symbols and varying probabilities, leading to incredibly large wins. So, when we are designing a new game, we focus heavily on the experience that the players will have while playing our games. There are countless factors to consider when creating a game. So, especially if we want to make it a dynamic and engaging experience, that resonates with a large number of players, many of whom will come back to the game back again and again. So it's essential that the features are seamlessly integrated into the game mechanics and that everything aligns with the lore and the setting of the game. That's why the random wild feature fits perfectly into the Buffalo theme. But next is the most crucial point. It's the presentation of the feature, as we need to develop a dynamic pipeline that doesn't interrupt the flow state, but rather enhances interest and provides enjoyable emotions to every player engaging with the Buffalo Sun 3. It's important to have depth. If everything is just on the surface, it becomes uninteresting and boring for players. Therefore, the uniqueness of the game also lies in the fact that the wild symbols cannot only appear in the large quantities when the feature is activated, but they can also be a part of the regular set of the incoming symbols. So once the feature is activated, players can be prepared for the unexpected.
I must agree when you said the part about you want people to come back and enjoy the games not only once but multiple times. I think that's an important thing that providers need to catch. Talking about the bonuses, with the various bonus modes available in Buffalo Sun 3, how do you aim to create a sense of adventure for the player?
Well, Paul, the specifically sense of adventure, this desire led us to the idea that the game should have no fewer than at least like three bonus modes. This is why Buffalo Sun 3 tells a complete story. The time of the day changes in the game modes shift as well, the gameplay time varies, and the sound evolves as well. And this is like far from the complete list of everything that happens in the game. So all of this enhances the immersion in this world. But it's not just about the game modes that create this impression. In reality, it's all about the little details that come with the game, like falling curtains resembling awakening gold ore between the modes, hidden pop-ups that can only be seen with rare combinations that the players will get, and some special animations that highlight different amounts of wins that the players are getting. All of these elements coming together truly create a sense of adventure.
Let's go into more of a creative phase of the questions. Picture Buffalo Sun 3 as a short animated series. What storyline would you develop around the characters and how would you enrich the gameplay experience for your audience?
That's a great question. Of course, this would be a representation of a classic Wild West world, and the series would focus on the lives and the adventures of the main characters of the game, which would be the buffalo, wolf, bear, the proud eagle, and puma as well. They would travel the world, completing various quests, maybe facing some new challenges that would reveal more about their past, present, maybe the future as well. And the series will provide an opportunity to expand the Buffalo Sun 3 universe by introducing new elements or characters. These could be representatives of the Wild West animals with whom our game heroes would interact. And of course, there would be more unique and exciting locations for them to visit. I believe that by developing this theme and presenting it as a series, we could be also inspired to create new features for our following games.
Well, let's go in another hypothetical one. If you could invite any historical figure to the Wild West to join you for a spin session of Buffalo Sun 3, who would it be and what conversation do you think you would unfold?
Yeah, if I could invite any historical figure from the Wild West to join me for a spin session in Buffalo Sun 3, it would definitely be Wyatt Earp. He's known for his legendary role as a lawman and his adventures in the Wild West. He was at the center of some of the most iconic moments of the history of the Wild West. And together as we would spin the reels, I imagine the conversation about the excitement and the unpredictability of life in his time compared to the thrilling experience of modern gaming. We could chat about the balance of luck and strategy, and I'd love to hear his thoughts on how the changing landscape of the West influenced the pastimes people have enjoyed. Also, White's insights on resilience and making tough choices would add depth to our conversation for sure. Plus, I can picture him sharing stories about his encounters with some outlaws and how those moments have shaped his perspective on life and chance. And altogether, I think it will be just a fascinating blend of gaming and history, enhancing the adventure of the Buffalo Sun 3.
Well, that's not a typical choice, so I'm really interested to read more about this person myself because I've never heard of him. And as we conclude this interview, what is the one thing you would like players to take away from the experience with Buffalo Suns 3?
Well, Paul, for me and our team, we want to always achieve the most important goal for us, which is to give players and enthusiasts the opportunity to experience vibrant emotions and pleasant impressions when playing our games. We aim to provide people with a chance to escape their routines and enjoy the time in the worlds that we have built and created. We want to offer a gaming experience like no other, surprising them, keeping them on the edge of the seats, and of course, delighting them with big wins.
Well, that's a beautiful answer, Alexander. I really hope that you will succeed, and I'm really looking forward to play this game on stream. So whenever I have the opportunity, I will dive in and I'll try to imagine I'm having a conversation with a person from the Wild West from back in the days, and I will wonder how will that go. Thanks for your time. Have an amazing day, an amazing week, and yeah, that was me, Paul from Sledge Judge.
Yes, thank you very much for having me, Paul. And for the players who are excited for our upcoming releases, stay tuned as we are only getting warmed up.